We are tonight's entertainment. You black, ain't you?
Look at all these cool ass toys.
Yo, what is up? What it do? Happy Saturday to all of you out there. This is Straight Savage Podcast, and we got none other than your boy Savage and my trusty co-host Swifty in the building, man. Today's episode, we pretty much will be talking about a lot of toy releases that came out in the past couple of days. Not releases, but just a lot of toy news. So it'll be no interview this weekend. We're just gonna kick it back, me and Swift, and just talk about pretty much what's been going on out here, man. The past couple of days, it's been kind of slow, really, for the past couple of months. But I think the past 2 days with the Valaverse releases and the Sdcc, Gijoe, Slither, and a few other things going on, man, it's been quite interesting as far as toy news, man. How you been, Swift? How your week been going, fam?
It's been going pretty good. I've been checking out all these new releases. I saw that Marvel they released that Venom. I know we're gonna talk about a little later on. Like, that was cool. I got to get better pictures of all the different Spider-Man from the Spider-Man games, and I'm excited to talk about the whole Mcfarlane figures as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be something quite interesting to talk about. Let's see who's in the chat right quick. Daredevil Dave left something earlier saying he was waiting patiently. I appreciate that, Daredevil. Hustle, what's good? Hustle. What's good with you, fam? Infinity Toys is in the house. What's going on, fam? Evil Dookie, what's good with you? North Carolina, stand up. What's going on with you, fam? Broby One Kenobi, always like that name. How's it going? And Jason Geis, what is good, my man? Appreciate that, Jason, too, man. I didn't know that Valaverse had released some figures today, or well, actually, they were up for order too. It wasn't just a pre-order, man. Some troops that they released, and I actually ordered one of them, man. So I appreciate you on that one, fam.
How do you really like the Valaverse? I've always heard about it, but I'm always iffy on getting to new lines.
They're good. They're good. I mean, they have some hit and miss things like any toy company would have, but it's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were interested in them, I wouldn't knock you for trying to grab one. It's definitely worth getting. It's just really what you feel in the line, to be quite honest with you. TF Hustler, what's good with you, fam? JMC, what's going on, fam? Evil Dookie says, you all know we going broke this year. Jamie Lynn, what's going on? Steve-O 8080, what's going on with you, bro? Hey, Steve-O also used your Sdcc pictures too, man. Anytime you got something, fam, send it over. Cause you like my go-to guy with the tabs. He sent them over to me on Instagram. So if y'all don't have Steve-O 8080, you'll know it's him because he's gonna have an Outcast symbol under his icon. Hit him up on Instagram, man. Anytime some news come out, you know, he has some good pictures for you to see. Anything that he knows I'm definitely interested in, as far as it's definitely G.I. Joe and Marvel Legends. Steve-O 8080 is my man that be hitting me off, man. So Swift, like I said, man, we're gonna be spending up our 2 hours just talking about toy news, and you said, as far as Valaverse, how do I feel about them? We'll talk about them first, because I think out of everything, Herb said Classified revealed some Night Force figures too. I got to see that because I didn't hear anything about that. And then I forgot that that live is coming up on the 18th. What day is the 18th, Swift? You
The
know
18th. I'll take a shot in the dark. I want to say it's either a Tuesday or a Thursday.
what's the day? The
Today's
first.
the first.
Okay, so what? So next Saturday will be the 7th or the 8th.
The
I hate
8th, I
doing
think.
math on the fly.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the 8th. Yeah, it'll be the 8th. No, it'll be the 8th. I want to
It'll
say.
be the 8th. Okay, so the Saturday after that will be the 16th. Sound like it'll be on a Monday or something. That's usually when they kind of do things like that, some weird day.
Yeah, like it might be. My mind's still a little scrambled. It's been a long day, fam.
Yeah. So like on a Monday, but I was talking when I was talking with Cap last week. We was talking about getting together on that day, or at least I got to see how my schedule going. If not that same day, get us a podcast where we all talk on that, man. So I'll
Yeah,
definitely.
I saw that. Cap's a cool dude.
He
I was
is,
like,
man.
shout out to
He
Cap.
definitely is. I wouldn't mind, especially on that on that GI Joe reveal the 18th. I definitely wouldn't mind getting with him and Beachhead and Quick Kick Night Force. That sounds pretty interesting.
Ooh, Beachhead.
Yeah, 18th.
Speaking of G.I.
They
Joe,
said
I was
18th is
like,
a Tuesday.
I
Come
know
on, go
people
ahead.
have talked about this in the past, but speaking of GI Joe, I actually have some GI Joe comics right here. These are what is it, the Image comic GI Joe. This is one of the crossover ones that they're doing with Transformers and Void Rivals. I was like, and I think it's really fire going on right now, so I highly recommend it to everybody.
Nice. Yeah, I still haven't picked up my White Vegeta. What's going on with you? I still haven't picked up any more GI Joe comics, man. I just been so much on the grind. I'm gonna have to fall back and grab them all, especially Duke. I started off reading Duke, but I only got
Hmm.
issue 1, and I keep saying I'm gonna go back and get it. Now it's been a year and a half ago, so when I try to go
Well,
back and get comics, I go to mycomicshop.com. I used to pick up a lot of back issues from there.
I will say on the bright side, with the way that they're doing it with Duke and all the other ones, they only release like one comic, like pretty much once a month. Like they do it once a week, but since it's a whole shared universe, they'll drop one Transformer, one GI Joe, one Void Rivals, and then one other one, and then like that's for 1 month, and then they'll keep doing that every month. So even though it's been like a year since you got Duke, like Duke only had 5 comics, so you only got like 4 to pick up for Duke
Mm-hmm.
specifically. But then Scarlet also had 5 comics. Destro had 5 comics, and Cobra Commander had 5 comics.
So
Then
it's
this
like treating
GI
like
Joe.
mini series.
They pretty much are doing it how like Marvel did it, where like each character, well, not each character, but the main important characters got their own mini series that was like 5 comics, and then once they finished it, then they did the big thing. Like GI Joe, now they did it because they finished Duke, they finished Destro, they finished Cobra Commander, and they finished Scarlet. But like up until then, they didn't have a GI Joe one. Those 4 mini-series comics led up to the GI Joe, so now it's just GI Joe. And then, like I said, they're still doing Transformers, and it's pretty cool. You got Starscream with the was it the coat with Cobra Kai, and like it's cool. It's the way that I don't want to spoil anything, but the way that they're mixing Transformers and the Joes together, like I'm even behind a little bit. That's why I had to get so many of them. I got them off to the side here, but I have a few different comics. I was like, oh, let me pick it up, and I'm reading them. I was like, got the Transformers one. I got another GI Joe one here. I forgot about with Cobra Commander.
Nice. They did from the story I read with Duke, man. It was a pretty good storyline, man. Pretty good storyline. I definitely, like I said, I'm gonna definitely fall back, man, and grab them up, man, because I liked it. It made me like Duke, actually. You
Right?
know, when
And
you
I
start
feel
getting
like they're also putting some of the action figures because one of the most recent Cobra, what is it? The combat drone, the Bats drone, we just got last like in December was
Mhm.
in the Duke comic book.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it does pull from classified, far as
Mm.
designs and stuff and how the characters look, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? It's because classified, whether people like it or not, does update figures to where it will be more of a like a present day type ordeal, and to introduce those comics, man, and interject them into times now. They definitely a lot of the people definitely could use updates, like people like dial tone and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because some of that shit is just dated, and then it's just something fresh and new too, which is pretty dope, man. But I'm a let's go ahead, man, because it's 10:40. Because 2 hours go by real fast. Let's go ahead and jump into and I put the pictures in a folder this time, so that way we still can be seen on screen. So I'm learning a little stuff. I'm trying.
It's a process, baby steps.
Yeah, it is, man. Let's go. Let me see if this is the one first. No, that's mask.
Also, chat, let me know if I'm too loud. I have my headphone in, so I'm trying to make sure y'all can hear me, but I also don't want to be blowing out your eardrums or nothing like
Oh
that.
yeah, hey yeah, I seen a lot of stuff today, man. I
Yeah,
seen a lot.
it's been like a rapid fire of figure news. Something just dropped, just like I want to say like an hour ago. That I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but I'm gonna bring it up later on when we get around to that figure line.
That Archangel. You seen that?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. So we got a lot of stuff to get to, man. Like I said, I got the folder right here with my Valor stuff in it. This got to be it right here. All right.
Yeah, shoot. Collecting figures make me want to play the lotto so I can get some more money.
Tell me about it.
Shoot, about to break bad out here. They'll be like, Walt. They'll be like, I'll be the Black Walter White. They're gonna be like, what are you selling this for? It's like your family? No, for the figures.
Let me put my present screen on right quick, man, and then we'll talk about this Valor stuff here. All right, share screen. There we go. All right. Okay. So this is one of the soldiers that they put up. So not only did they have a steel brigade or steel corps or whatever figures released, they also like this soldier I keep talking about, like this guy right here. Basically that base buck, they released some different colors. This is a ghost operator right here, which is pretty straight. It's more like a black, white, and gray camo. But I think when you talk about Valorverse, I think this is where they best operate at. Now, the single characters to me, as far as face wise, things of that nature, it can be hit and miss. Some of the characters that face the aesthetic. Now, nothing ever really wrong articulation, even with the old articulation. But this new articulation is just a step forward to even something that was good, making it better. But I will say sometimes their facial aesthetics could be kind of off to me, but it's not horrible. But this is where they operate best: a generic army soldier, real world. That's they playing field right there. And like I said, this right here could be for anybody. Um, I like them. I actually ordered one myself. I ordered the red one, which I'll get into. But this right here is $30. Get your weapons pack, get hands pack, you get the vest, of course, all the other little overlay pieces, the headgear, and pretty much good to go. I mean, as far as what they give you for $30, I think that's totally worth it. If GI Joe gave you that much with that amount of decent weapons, I would justify them being $30. But right now, where GI Joe is at 25, I could deal with that as what they give. But they were stepping there. If they were trying to charge 30 at what they give, then I'll be like, okay, that's kind of foul. But I think Valorverse is sitting right at what they give for $30. When it was like 34, I was like,
On the
but
fence, I feel you.
But this $30 is good, and you get a nice quality figure, man. So
Yeah, I
so
like the fact that those green, like the was it the green dots or
oh the
the night
nod,
vision
yeah,
that's like painted.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, that looks really nice. I was like, how does the weapons? Are they bendy like GI Joe or are
No,
they
they're
solid?
hard. But that's the thing is that they're almost too hard to where you could
Ah,
possibly break them. I have broken stock off one of my guns, but I'd rather have them that than flimsy.
yeah,
I'm not even gonna sit here up in here in front.
yeah. Because
Uh,
when it's flimsy, it's like you got to put it between like two textbooks for like a day or two in order for it to stay.
yeah, throw some heat on it. Okay, so this is the crimson one right here.
Ooh, that's
Pretty.
fire.
Yeah, pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? I ordered one today. Um $30 again. Pretty much same figure, man. Same figure, just a generic soldier. Uh yeah, Steve-O. Like I think 30, it sits just right for what they give you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here in front like they don't give you way more than G.I. Joe. But the prices are up $5 more, but it's totally worth it. Great moving figure. These new soldiers that they got here are just fired. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem. Now I was going to get some more of these anyway, but being that these came out, now you got a variety, and also you can how with GI Joe you said you see me do some things where we're really not supposed to be kit bashing those figures, but we kit bash them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
These come apart because they're made to do that. You can take them apart at the waist. That's the only thing I've ever done, took them apart at the waist, but you can take them all the way apart and break them down, and that's what I was going to do. I was going to mix this one with the red. And I've done that with my Valorverse figures. Like I'll start breaking out the outfits. I'll start switching up the pants and shirts, boots, things like that, man, and just have me
Hmm.
a figure that I color coordinated myself. But if you want to break down that hard pattern, you can always take like this guy. He has just like a black and green top, or take one with just a black top. Boom, switch it out at the waist, and it's all to the races, man.
Alright, that's cool. Then maybe I'll try some. Try my hand in it a little bit.
Yeah, try one of them, man. Try one of them. I think you'll definitely like them, man. You'll be satisfied. Especially for what you're looking for. You definitely be satisfied. And then this one right here, the Maritime Core, that is that's still once again, um, Alpha Red. What's going on with you, fam? That is pretty much still this joint right here, plain soldier. But see, this right here is $20.
Mm.
Now you don't get any web gear or layovers, but just say if you had extra Valorverse vest laying around, you definitely could
Hmm.
put one on them. But this is just your plain buck, $20. It's like a blue soldier. You also get multiple hands. You get two heads to swap out at. Yeah, you get a black person head and a white person head, and then you still get that little gun that he's got in his hand. So that's not really a bad deal at all for 1999. Of course, I mean, if you plan on doing other things with it, it's good for body fodder or whatever you want to, make it. But of course, you want some web gear on there, but you get a choice of what web gear you want to put on him. So you could buy separate packs. You could buy separate weapon or web gear packs for like, $10, $12.
Hmm.
It'll equal back to what it was anyway for a $30 soldier, but they're giving you the choice of doing that. And that's what this Maritime Soldiers ain't nothing but this guy right here in blue. You
Plus,
know,
that's cheaper than like a Cobra Trooper. It's like because Cobra Troopers are normally like 25, and they don't really give you hand packs like that. They just give you like trigger hands. That's pretty much. They'll give you a separate head, but that's so you can
mhm.
have a black head and a white head. But they won't give you separate hands. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's only 1999, man. So it's not bad, man. They definitely got some things. Let me close this out and see what we had up here next. Oh, yeah, I had some more photos here. But that's basically this right here is basically that that one first trooper with the green nods.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. I don't know if he was some type of night force. And then you got the red one there.
They give you grenades too. That's fire.
Yeah. He's now that $30. That's the full loadout.
Wow.
So
What's that thing underneath the grenades? Is that a stand?
those are smoke bombs.
No, well, underneath that square.
Oh yeah, you talking about right here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the stand. So you get 3 pairs of hands, 3 magazines, a short arm rifle, get a handgun with a silencer, you get a helmet with night vision nods, and you get a choice between a African American or Caucasian. And like I said, it comes with the web gear too that you can put on them, so it's not just plain. But I like this. I really like this one right here. I think this one is dope. And for the reason why, because just red is my favorite color, but just red army fatigue is dope. But then you could take that torso off and just kind of put those red fatigues with another torso, you know what I'm saying, and make it happen.
Yeah, that's fire.
But yeah, this is the one I ordered right here. It's $30, man. Valverse gets here pretty quick, so he should be here maybe by like Tuesday, Wednesday.
Are you sure? Or is it pulling a big bad toy store where it says it'll be here Wednesday? And then we didn't mean Wednesday this month. We meant next month's Wednesday.
With Valorverse, man, if it's open and ready, not unless there was a mistake with that, because I didn't know about these until today. But if it's open and ready, they usually slip out pretty fast. I know to me, I've gotten stuff from them like real quick, like 3-4 days later.
That's good. That is fast.
But yeah, I guess everybody's up there enjoying the ZoloCon ordeal. So a lot of people are already getting them in hand there. But I definitely would really love one of those damn what's the name? Those air the iron, the steel core people.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean. That's dope.
Steve-O says, I think the $20 are good because, like you said, you can make them the way you want them to look with the weapons pack. Yeah, you get your different choices on what you want to do. Let me just go up to the next thing on the screen here and talk about. Okay, so we did the Valorverse. I'm sorry about that. Oh, this is a little closer look at the blue soldier here. You see the
I like that blue.
Yeah. And see, that's $20 right there.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and then more closer look at the other guy. The night.
Yeah, see that looks like a company that appreciates its customer. The fact that they give you a stand, bro, you gotta buy stands separately. I don't even think Hasbro make stands that you can buy from them. You gotta go to somebody else to get a stand for Hasbro figures.
Yeah, Hasbro figures usually don't come with no stand. Only ones that do are the G.I. Joe Retro.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like the old Valorverse stands a little bit better. That's still a good one, but the old ones were actually dope.
That's fire.
Yeah.
The only figures I have that have a stand that came with a stand was I got it was the Baroness and the twins, and it was the crimson version of them where they came in like a briefcase and everything.
Oh yeah. They did come on stand, but they wasn't. Those stands was yeah.
Yeah, and they were the only ones that came with the stand. Literally, all my other figures, none of them have a stand.
I guess we could talk about this Venom, man.
Oh yeah, how you feel about that? That $40. Wait, was it 40? No, hold on. Was it? It's $60 for Venom.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that at all. I should have cropped that photo too so it could come a little bit bigger. But everybody, that Venom is $60, which I think is totally not worth it. When you said what the Kingpin
Kingpin's gonna be 40.
Yeah. How tall is that Venom again?
I forgot the inches. It is bigger than the Spider-Man by like I'll say it's like if you take your average Spider-Man, take like half of that and then put it on top. So it's like a half like a Spider-Man and a half bigger than it. And it is like it looks cool, but $60, I feel like this is almost on the same level as that $60 Hulkbuster Iron Man. Like while I will admit you get more with this item than you do the Hulkbuster Iron Man, it's not worth $60. Like matter of fact, how much was the what the dude that you got? What is it? Odin? How much was the Odin that you got?
The Odin was $60, but he got knocked down to 50. But at $60, it still ain't even matching Odin.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I was like, because you still got more stuff with Odin than you get with him. I was like, it's like I don't know why. I think it's literally just because he's a Venom, and they're like, well, Spider-Man. Like I said, Spider-Man figures. People always want to get Spider-Man, and of course, if you don't get Spider-Man, you don't want to get the villain too. So they just want to hike it up. This is gonna be one of those things where it's like, I'll wait and I'll see. Like I'm not telling everybody to do this. This is not figure collecting advice. But I'm going to wait. I'm gonna wait to see. You probably don't go to Ollie's, I feel like, and like around Black Friday, then I'll probably catch it. Once it gets down to like 45, $40, then I'll be like, all right, let me see. But I really don't think it's gonna sell out like that. Like it might, but on top of that, I really don't think it'll sell out, especially because this is like what the third Venom that we're getting because we just recently got a movie Venom when the third movie came out. And before we got the third movie Venom, we had another Venom, the Venom that you have, which is like the first movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like it's not like we're starving for Venoms over here.
Correct. Especially not that frog looking one right here. You know what I'm saying? But and they have the nerve to have a limit of 5 per customer.
I even peeped that, but y'all, they were like, "Oh, this is gonna sell out, no problem." It's like, no, bro, it's gonna be there for a minute, just like that Hulkbuster was there. It's still there. That Hulkbuster is still there. I think it's still at 62.
Yeah, I want to get it, man, but just I don't know. If I'm out on a whim, I could probably catch it on sale. I could probably catch it for 40 somewhere down
The
the line.
Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I recommend. Wait till Black Friday, bro. That one, it'll be there. Trust me, it'll be there.
But this Venom right here, this is gonna be like something I can almost say like this is gonna be a steal at Ross or something crazy because I just don't see people paying 60 for it at all. You feel what I'm saying? Like this, like I know we yelled at Ollie shit and all that, but this is something like what did I buy? I brought the 2-pack. That's how I built my Destroyer army. I brought the Thor and Destroyer 2-pack at Ollie's for like damn near pennies on $1. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that, but stupid cheap. And that pack was like $60. You know what I'm saying? Was the Destroyer great? Yes. Had a decent Thor in there too, but people wasn't paying $60 for those 2 figures. You know what I'm saying? So eventually that shit just went not straight to Ollie's, but it trickled down like boom, boom, boom. It went on sale from the giddy up. Like I don't like what is this? This is like fan channel or
this is on Hasbro Pulse. This is like you can go to on the website or the app right now and you'll see it $60.
Let me ask you this: is it anywhere else?
I'm not sure. I think it should be, but I didn't check everywhere else because I do like normally when I do the shopping. I check 2 places. I check Hasbro and then I check eBay. Normally I check Hasbro first because eBay, they do try to rip you off. So I didn't check. I wouldn't be surprised if you can find it other places because I don't think this was a Hasbro exclusive or anything like that. But my thing is, I feel like Amazon, if you go to other places, sometimes even like the official places like Amazon, there's been times where I saw things hiked up in the price on Amazon versus if you just get it from Hasbro or even if you just get it on eBay. Like, so I'm not 100% sure if it's other places. I would assume it is because the other Spider-Man are in other places too. But this right
Herb
now is
says,
on Hasbro.
Herb says he's 10.5 inches, so he's almost a foot tall. I'll give him that, but that's about the only thing I'll get him. White Vegeta says, I got to peace out, fellas. Got to go to church in the morning. Same here, man. I appreciate you, Vegeta, man. Every time you come through, bro, get you some rest. Gonzo, what's good with you, fam? Got Jay Gonzo in the house. What's going on with you? Jay's Figs, what's going on, fam? Just talking a little toy news, man. We got a lot of little different little stuff to talk about, man. So we just going through the motions. But this Venom for 60, I feel like it's just not worth it. It's an Ollie special.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're hyped up. They tried to be like, oh, it's a new. They're saying it's a new buck. So they're like, all right, it's a new buck. We gave you butterfly joints. We gave you toe articulation. So we're hyping up the price. I'm like, yeah, bro, no, that's fine. We'll wait till it's on sale.
Yeah, Steve-O, that Destroyer army, was something special, man. And then plus when I got Odin in the mix, I didn't even plan on getting Odin. I didn't even plan on building an army of Destroyers. But see, this what type of shit happens when you make those figures like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then jack it up because, be honest with you, Destroyer was good enough to sell on its own for like $30. You know what I'm saying? And you could have sold a shit ton of those, but you decided to stuff that Thor in there, which had a great head on it, man. As far as his bearded head sculpt, but you know that Venom will be the same way. I done got him so cheap, I done built the army of them motherfuckers.
Yep. Army of Venoms. I don't blame you, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That I could actually probably use like when I forgot the king of the symbiotes, because Venom came in a 2-pack with him too. I forgot his name. But I could do something like that with these Venoms from different world. From a different world, like the world.
Yeah, that's what I was to think about. Because in the movie they had all the different colors.
Yeah, so we'll see what's up, but we'll revisit him when we talk about how he on sale. You know what I'm saying? About 10 months down the road. That's when
you heard it here first, folks.
That's when we gonna talk about him again. But I got the next guys up, man. This cold Slither, Sdcc exclusive here, and I guess it's not bullshit because when I first seen it like 3 days ago, maybe 4 days ago, I'm like, oh, because people do stuff like this all the time, just wishful thinking. And then I started seeing more and more people throw it up there, man. And it's Cold Slither. I will start off first, and I'll just go and have my thoughts on it. Then Swift, and I'll let you kick what you feel about it. And I'll look at the comments. But I think this is the perfect San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I actually like this better than Once a Man Cobra Commander being an exclusive. I don't think that should have been an exclusive. This right here is more of an exclusive type thing. I think Chuckles was kind of like a great exclusive. I would get this all day over a lot of things they put up as exclusives. And some of the things they put up as exclusive should have just been mainline stuff. But this right here, I don't have a heavy attraction to Cold Slither, or I've seen the cartoon with them in it, and there was nothing I was screaming about, but I seen a lot of people screaming about this, and it's almost kind of like when I used to say like I'm not like when I came up like some huge Dreadnought fan. Now over the past 6 months, from what Classified has put out, I've been crazy over Dreadnought. I think they're the best subgroup in Classified now, and the same falls for this right here. I'm not so crazy over the Dreadnoughts where I'm hardcore on Cold Slither, but I think this is a great San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This is perfect. This is the best one. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely be putting my money down to grab them. For one, I mean, the bodies I don't know if they gave Zartan a new body, but everybody kind of looks like they're on that same body maybe Raptor would be on, like muscular but slim, and they were dressed up like 80s rock stars, which most of them were very slim. you know, and they're only real muscular because they were slim. Ain't got,
Right.
you know, they ain't eating and shit. So, but the instruments, great fodder. The drum set, great fodder. I really like it. I guess they're gonna be all in a 4-pack set. So that seems like some old school Comic Cons type stuff. Damn, what could they cost? 120, 150? But
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, 'cause I feel like they'll probably be like, yeah, like one. I say, knowing Hasbro, they probably do like 120, 125.
yeah, but you know, that's like, well, I guess yeah,
Because there's
120.
4 figures. Normally they sell a figure for 25 each, and then since they're all special, and then they're only gonna make a limited number of these, they'll be like, oh, that's why it's that. That's why it's the price. I don't necessarily agree, but knowing Hasbro and how they do with their pricing, they'll have all those reasons that they'll be like, oh, that's why it's gonna be like 120. And so I will say, if you do want it, I would say, yeah, definitely try to get it now because if 120 is crazy, but if it goes to eBay or Amazon, God forbid, bro, it's gonna be like 200.
Yeah, man. I'm looking at the comments here. Evil Dookie think it's gonna be 150. I could see Hasbro trying to pull something like that 150, especially because you got all the equipment. Ugh,
Hmm.
175, John Battle. That's I think they might be shooting themselves in the foot on that one. Because sometimes Hasbro do surprise me.
Hmm. 175, I feel like they realize that'd be too much. 150, I feel like the highest we could possibly see would be 150. I think it's gonna be like 125 because they're gonna like still be kind of like testing the waters. But I know for a fact it'll be at least 100 and something because shoot, like we kept on talking about before about like last year about the whole what is it, the vamp and the other car. It's like, yeah, they have no problem selling the vamp for 100 and seeing like everybody like buy it up. They're like, oh well, these are limited edition characters, and you know, everybody, like you said, everybody's loving the dreadnoughts right now. So like,
Yeah.
people are now like people that always loved the dreadnoughts have always wanted this, and then there's the people that might not have really gave the dreadnoughts a second guess or second look, and now that they've been falling in love with the dreadnoughts from all the recent stuff, they're like, oh, I didn't even know this. Like I remember them in this outfit because I remember I went back and watched GI
Correct.
Joe on the Hasbro, like you know the YouTube. They always stream it 24/7. So I remember seeing that episode where I was like, oh yeah, I remember these guys. They look pretty cool. I wouldn't get them, but I didn't necessarily grow up with them like y'all did, so I don't have that attachment to that degree. My favorite thing about the dreadnoughts were their vehicles. I thought their colors were fire.
Yeah. Me neither. But you know what the crazy thing about this is? It's given a perfect and Soldado Javier, what's good with you, fam? Excuse me. It's given the perfect dreadnought scenario. Like I say, always with the dreadnoughts, you can take them out of the realm of GI Joe, and with this 4-pack right here, you take them out of the realm of everything. Period. You can just have them on your shelf as a cool rock band. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like they're just totally on just some different type shit. Um, I think at the most I would pay for them is 150, just because it's a collector set. And not saying I'm finna sit up and collect dust just because it's something that they not probably gonna make like that. You know what I'm saying? Or
Hmm.
they wouldn't put in a regular line. And then plus sometimes you pay for a completionist. Like 150, I get all of them right there. I'm not chasing down different motherfuckers, or like, you know, Zartan was Walmart exclusive. This guy over here was an Amazon exclusive. Then the other two were just, you know, regular released. So they were overproduced. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Hmm.
I get everything right here, one shebang. I'm getting a nice package just in case I want to keep them in box, and I'm getting a lot of nice accessories going on, man. So I think 150 for me can get them skint. I would like them at 130, 135. Shit, I would like them at $100. To be quite
Hmm.
honest with you, all of them. But just realistic speaking, I think they're going to be at 150, and that's my max I would pay for this set right here.
That's valid. I can already see you doing like a table where like you have the rock, like there's a GI Joe barbecue, and like or like they go to like a concert and like you see them at the concert, but really they're dreadnoughts in disguise. Like so, I can totally see them like working, just like you said. Like you could take them out of the GI Joe realm, or you could have the like for Marvel they have a concert or whatever, and like have them be like surprise.
Yeah, you definitely could do some things with them, man. I had some pictures. I got so many damn pictures up here now. It's ridiculous. Keep going back to this mask. Mask is really not my thing. We'll talk about it though. That's that archangel right there. But I'm trying to get to these. I had some individual pictures of them that I was going through earlier. Sorry about that. Went back to Valiverse. I should just delete those as I go, but I might want to go back through them. This is Iron Man here. Keep going to that one, but I just wanted to take a closer look at Zartan. Maybe I don't have it. Should be in this one here. Yeah. Okay. Let me see one more thing. I'm gonna go with one more. If not, then I'll just choose those.
Mm-mm.
Oh, old Toddy here.
That picture hilarious.
the way I had him sitting up there and shit.
Exactly. He's just like
No, I did that for the thumbnail, man. Is this it? Is this my man right here? Okay, no, yeah, that was old Todd again. I'm sorry.
Popping his head up. He really wants to come out.
Yeah, he do. But yeah, I thought I had some better pictures with that cold Slither than that, but I guess I don't, man. So I'll just use the ones that I was gonna use. So many dang on emails in here, it's like retarded. And I keep going back to the same fucking ones. Jesus Christ.
I gotta show you. We have an old head, young head, like a electronic session. I gotta show you.
Exactly, yo, because I am lost in these. But we'll take a look at them through here. But like even this guy, he looks pretty good here. So he comes with the drum set. So Buzzer looked kind of funny to me. Like his teeth look like almost kind of like a piranha.
Yeah, that drum set's dope. Like that's the first time I feel like I've ever seen an action figure drum set. Like I can see people want to get that drum set just for other characters too. Like I remember in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Gwen Stacy or Spider Gwen, she uses a drum set. So you could have like repaint with that drum set, and then Spider-Punk already has his guitar. Like, so you could have them be a band.
Yeah, and I've had worked it out before. I took just some random props. I got a drum set for Animal from the Diamond Select. They made Muppet Babies at one time, but it's small though. But this right here is like a fully 1/12 scale drum set. Which is okay. So yeah, they had wands and shit and batons on stage. I believe they would twirl them around, or those microphones.
I think they're supposed to be microphones. I think it's probably one of those things. Oh, it's not a microphone or baton. It's I think it's the strap. It's the strap for the guitar, just like how they had it for Hobie.
Okay.
So you'll actually be able to like have them have the strap while they're using the guitar, and also most likely you'll be able to have it like on their back with the strap as well.
Yeah, he got kind of like an Ozzy Osbourne thing going on, which I thought Zartan looked like Ozzy Osbourne anyway. Like with the hair and that black makeup over his eyes, but it's pretty dope though. I like them. I really do.
Yeah, they're definitely cool. They're definitely different. That'll be nice to add a lot of color to the collection.
Ripper, he's sitting up with the synthesized keyboard, guitar, and shit. Guess he's got him strapped too. So, but just the bodies, the bodies ain't nothing crazy about them. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they all got the same bodies, which that's not the case in their original form. I don't think they all have like matching parts like that.
Yeah.
So who is this? Is that Monkey Wrench? No, that's Ripper. So who? So I guess Monkey Wrench was the last guy, because this is Buzzer coming up. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And that's what my man was saying, that there's Monkey Wrench was in the box with them, which they haven't even made the original figure for that yet. But yeah, it seems like the drummer comes with the most shit. But when you sit up and add it all together, because the other guys just come simply with guitars, so it's not really like you can say it's got a massive amount of accessories, but it has a lot of accessories, and the drum kit and the 3 guitars together, but the drum kit is like the most.
And they're gonna say like it's not just accessories; they're like unique accessories.
Like I said, y'all check out Steve-O 8080, man. This is his photos right here. You see, got the Outcast symbol up here, up top. Okay, let me pull this down.
Oh, he said that was Torch. Oh, the dude with the arrow, probably. The dude with the arrow.
That was Torch. That was.
I would say that did look familiar. You could tell from the sideburns.
Look, because they've made just about all of them. They made them about all. So that is right. Yeah, because Torch has him. That was Torch. Torch was the one that looked like Lemmy.
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie Parks.
All right, man. So since Todd McFarlane wants to keep popping up,
we gotta jump into
it. Yeah. So I'll hear what you got to say about that. What you think about DC losing their license?
Honestly, I'm fine with it because while growing up, I always liked DC more than Marvel. Like I always felt like DC, their shows, like they had the better shows, while Marvel had like the better movies. Well, live action movies. I felt like DC had good cartoon movies. For some reason, I felt like DC could just never translate to live action well. But I always loved DC. But their figures, I just felt like were always like old and like out of date. Even now, like they do have their own type of butterfly joints, which I'm like, all right, that's cool. But still, you can call me bougie if you want. They have pins. And it's like, bro, like I shouldn't be seeing pins in my action figures nowadays. Like that's fine back in the early 2000s, the 90s, and back in the day. But nowadays, like I feel like the majority, if not all of the figures, should come pinless, or they're not necessarily pinless, but seamless pins where I can't see the pins. And it's like I don't care if it's like, oh, it's matching colors. It's like, bro, like make it look better. I want to make it aesthetically pleasing. And also I want to make my figures like I want all my figures to like kind of like match up, like look really nice together, even if they're in separate lines. Like for instance, like I collect a lot of Hasbro, like Marvel Legends, G.I. Joes, Transformers, and SH figure arts, even Amazing Yamaguchi. My Amazing Yamaguchi, my SH figure arts, and my Hasbro figures, except for Transformers, they all look pretty good next to each other. The only reason why Transformers look a little weird because they're giant robots, but they're not that big compared to the other action figures. But all of them look decent when you put them next to each other. When it comes to like McFarlane's figures, I like never really got into them because like when I look at people reviewing them and I look at them in detail, they just don't have it. They just don't look that great. They feel like all the molds for them are like outdated. Unless you get one of his favorite figures, which is like what Spawn and Batman. He has like a million Spawns, a million different Batmans, and it's just like, can like the other characters get that much love? Like, am I asking for too much? Then on top of that, it's the price. Like I've seen some like figures, like some of the Spawns that like the price for what they're like, oh well, this one has magnets. I'm like, damn, I could put a magnet on there and it wouldn't be that expensive. Like, so that's my thing. That's why I don't really have like a strong dislike towards McFarlane or anything like that. I just would, do better, be better. I would like to collect your stuff because I like DC more than Marvel. At least back in the day I did. Now it's kind of like 50-50. But the thing is, it's like, bro, like you don't your figures are easy to pass on. And on top of that, there's a lot of characters that I would like figures of that I don't feel like he has that many figures of. Like, me, I'm black. I want to get some more black figures. Like, it's like you got DC, you can make a Static Shock figure. Still to this day, there's not like a single actual Static Shock action figure.
That's crazy. I wonder why he didn't make Static. Because far as Todd, making African American figures and things like that, I know he has no problem doing that. But then again, who knows about the license of Static Shock? If he could have used it, because I'm surprised he didn't make one. I thought he did. Be quite honest with you, I thought he made a Static, but
Trust me, if he did, I would have grabbed it already. But nah. And I know that DC hasn't because DC is one of like honestly, I love Static Shock, but DC literally treats Static Shock as like the stepchild that they want to kick out the house, but they keep in the house because they keep getting federal funding for it. Because literally they'll be like, oh, you can't like if you don't use a character for X amount of years, then you lose the rights to the character. There's somebody in the DC like office that has a reminder that's like, oh, this is the last year that we can go without mentioning or using Static Shock's name unless we lose him. They'll put him in something just to never like to be like, okay, we reused him, so we got another 4 or 5 years that we don't have to use him, and we can keep his license, and then they'll use him again. Because last time you seen Static Shock was in the Young Justice cartoon, and even then they like completely changed his backstory and everything, and like didn't make him anything like he was in the original show. It's like, bro, and then we're not gonna see him again for like what now, probably like what 3-4 more years, and then they'll put him in one thing, and then they'll be like, okay, let's hope we forget about him. Static Shock gets like
he's got a few answers here. He said they did make Static. He made Icon too. It was the modern Static. DC brought Milestone Comics, and so he says they can't lose him. So I don't know. Maybe it was something where it was just like I'll get around to him when I get back around to him. But the thing with Mcfarlane for me is everything you say is true about Todd McFarlane, but then also he's kind of like a double-edged sword. He does a lot of good, and I wouldn't necessarily say he does a lot of bad, but he does a lot of okay. My man John Battle. Okay. So yeah, they did. I thought they made him. It was a more of a modern version of him. He just sent me a picture of Static Shock, but
okay. Look, I'm trying to get one like in the cartoon.
The thing about Todd is I'll give him his props on some things that people can't do. Like I think he really beat everybody out as far as vehicle wise with the vehicles he's been putting out. Which are potentially made for 7-inch figures, but he's getting the job done and understanding the assignment as far as vehicles. Like this tumbler here. Like I can't see anybody matching that right now. Like this thing is huge. Now, is it a HasLab? No. But you can't match that. It's $60. It's on sale now, probably on Amazon for like $10, $15 cheaper than the 60. If not, it's probably still at $60. But rubber tires can fit multiple figures, got nice aesthetic, things like that. His Maker figs, as far as sculpt, like that Swamp Thing. That Swamp Thing was one of my favorite figures. And it's just like, and he'll sell that to you for $30. But then he's got a lot of figures that go on sale. You can get it for $10, things of that nature. So he has a lot of good about him. I understand he's really wanting to look out for the consumer, but then at the same time he's hard-headed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then at the same time he's kind of like overdid some shit too. Like, I would say that Infected Superman was one of my favorite Supermans. It's like one of his first Supermans. I brought it back in like 2019, 2020 when he first got the license. And it was cool, man. It was very different. But when you got about 20 Supermans that's got that shit going on, like that it's old. You know what I'm saying? I want a regular looking fucking Superman, not this type shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think he overdoes it on that. Like, yeah, these decrepit Supermans and these fucking clubfoot Batmans and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of seeing the handicap people, man. Just make them regular. And then the 7-inch, figures, just damn, you couldn't at least attempt to try to make a 6-inch action figure. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
like
I hear you.
The 66 line, you know what I'm saying? That's limited articulation, but why would you choose just to go with strictly 7-inch? Like, he could have did like, okay, I'll do some mega figs and then I'll do 1/12 scale to get in, you know what I'm saying, with whatever, because nobody's really doing 7-inch. But at the same time, he did that on purpose so he could stand out and be different.
Exactly.
And that's but he did it to a point where he's almost hard-headed with it. As far as sculpt and paint, he's got some great pieces that I picked up, but for the most part, he was just kind of getting repetitive, beating a lot of dead horses, and just kind of getting a little too far from the bar on DC. And like I said, as far as his vehicles, like those Batmobiles he's been putting out for under $100. If they got lights and sound with them, they right at 100. I think that's phenomenal, man, on some of the things that he was able to touch on. But as far as the DC license, when I think about it, like Mattel is cool, and I know they'll do 6-inch. But I have yet to see a Mattel action figure that's above the bar. And the only ones I could say is Masters of the Universe, because anything else, like Mattel's almost kind of like outdated, like got bad ankle joints. You know what I'm saying? Like them wrestling figures ain't really got no damn ankle joints like that. And the old, because I've collected the old DC line that Mattel had. I still got a few figures up there. Matter of fact, I got one right now. I'll show you. Like, this is a Batman Beyond figure right here.
Oh yeah, I see that. That looks fire.
Yeah, and it is dope, but it definitely doesn't move like a Marvel Legend at all. Doesn't have any ankle rock.
Got stiff arms.
Yeah, arms stiff. Then motherfucker. I don't even think they're double. Yeah, they're single jointed arms. It's just really not hitting on too much, but it looks good though. It looks good, and it's in the 6-inch range. But they're gonna have to definitely step up their articulation game if they come back at it, and the sculpt game.
That's why I will say that's why I'm excited for Mattel to start, because I feel like they know that they have to step it up. They have to do something different because there's a lot of competition. It's not like they're jumping like. Technically, yeah, it's a dry market for DC figures because it's really just like Mcfarlane and then like a few Japanese companies that like Amazing Yamaguchi. I know they have like I have a Superman, I have a Wonder Woman, and they just recently released released a Batman Beyond and a regular Batman Arkham City last year. Amazing Yamaguchi, but other than that, yeah, it's a dry market for DC figures. But otherwise, when it comes to all figures, it's not like it's a dry market. There's a lot of competition. So I feel like Mattel they are gonna have to step it up because they also got to prove their worth for getting the license. It's not like the thing about like not just Mcfarlane, but anybody that gets a license for a long period of time. Once they have it for long enough and they establish like, okay, we're pretty decent for now. I feel like a lot of people get complacent. And then they're like, okay, well, we don't really have to innovate. We don't have to do anything new because we've been on top for so long. Nobody's going to really challenge us. We don't have to prove ourselves anymore because we already proved ourselves for so long. Like as a gamer, I felt like that's why Xbox now is like, they suck because Xbox 360 was the king for so long. And then once PlayStation, the PS4 came out and had all these innovations, Xbox kind of just threw in the towel because they're like, well, they didn't feel like putting in the work. So I feel like Mattel now, because they know, like, okay, we have a lot of competition and we have to prove ourselves. The fact that we just got this license, I feel like they can do it, especially if they do the key factor of they release figures when the hype is out around them. Like, sure, they won't be able to do Superman because I'm pretty sure the Superman movie comes out this year, and they're not going to start making figures until like next year, I think. But after that, when they start making more figures, like when they make a new Wonder Woman movie or a new Green Lantern movie, if they release the Green Lantern figure around the time of the Green Lantern movie instead of waiting months, if not years later, then they'll really be able to capitalize because it's like they produce decent figures or good figures around the same time as the hype.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. They have a little bit more of a I guess you say backing power. You know what I'm saying, or marketing power to stay on point. Uh, rather than him, which I don't think that was ever a thing with him. I just think he just kind of released whatever the fuck he wants to. You know what I'm saying? You see, he go back and start digging for those old Batman movies and things of that nature, man. But I definitely think I would like to see it in some new hands. To be quite honest with you, but the thing about McFarlane is like over the years, I believe that shit is probably going to increase in value.
I
Crazy
mean,
shit, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a niche collection, man. That some people that's all they want is McFarlane. Be quite honest with you.
and then also worst case, very extremely worst case scenario, even if like Mattel gets it and they fumble it, they can always end up going like they could take the license back to McFarlane, and McFarlane might like this. The fact that like he lost the license or what have you, the fact that other people can make it, he might feel the pressure to do something better. Like maybe he might now be like, okay, I'm gonna make it so the pins aren't visible. It's seamless pins, and like he might change the way that he did the butterfly joints, or I don't know if they have toe articulation, but he might be like, okay, let's do that because the fans said that they want it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me
Competition's always good.
yeah, it is. It is. It is. You know, maybe if he gets a license back, maybe this time around after probably everybody done left 112 scale alone, he'll probably do 6 inch.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody done went
Right.
back to 3 3/4 and shit, and he on 6 inch.
Mm-hmm.
But let me read a few comments here. Alpha Proto, man, that Batman Beyond figure was 2019, I believe. I brought that. It's been a minute, man. Time go by so fast, man. It's probably 2018 when I brought that. And Alpha Proto also said, yeah, all those figures are gonna be rare in 10. I mean, all those vehicles will be rare in 10 years. I don't know, maybe rare, but we'll definitely see. I know they'll probably people probably really wanting them. My man Ken Shelton, I was seeing this comment here. He says, man, y'all tripping. Don't feed Hasbro that bullshit. That cold Slither set is basic, bros. No detail, and the accessories are instruments and probably the gummy plastic. For the whole set, 100 tops. They barely 25. I wouldn't, I mean, and be honest with you, man, I wouldn't put that set up there like it's like so hierarchy. The thing I like about it that is different. I don't think there's anything spectacular about that Cold Slither set. You know what I'm saying? It's just the obscurity of it is what I really like. And to be honest with you, shit, like I said, if I get it for 100, I would love it for 100. But I just think what Dave's gonna do, what they're gonna do, just far as they being that exclusive, it'd probably be between 130 and 150. I'm at a max on it. That's something I wouldn't just pay anything for. But I do like the obscurity of it, and being that it's something that's not. I don't know if they ever made those figures before. To be quite honest,
Yeah, I don't think they did.
you know what I'm saying. So being that that's on a level of something like that, I would grab it. But then he came back and said, he said, I'm going to get the cold set, of course, but they look like GI WWE figures. They do. Let me see. My man Alpha Proto said those McFarlane vehicles are all on sale now, but they will be rare in 10 years, like the Batman animated series vehicles that Ty reissued. That was in the $500 range reselling. They were. And I need to get that damn bat plane too, because he had the license on that too. So I damn sure need to get that bat plane. I feel like I lost out if I didn't get that. I need to get that ASAP. To be quite honest with you.
I was like, do you have a lot of McFarlane figures?
Man, I just put a bunch of them in the box, and then I just kept some that I really wanted to keep. And he got some bangers. You know what I'm saying? There's some that just bangers, like Violator and shit from the Spawn series. It's like a mega fit. That shit is a banger. His Swamp Things, they're bangers. Then there's a couple of his regular like 7-inch figures. Like he's got an Azrael Batman. That was pretty.
Yeah, the one with there was like the red, and then there's a blue version with the cape.
Yeah, I got the first version that was kind of like a light gray and a light blue, almost like a Carolina blue. It came out a little bit before them, but the other Azraels are good too. His Infected Superman is good. He came out with a Bizarro Superman that's kind of like a big, like thumper. He's like got a big thick head. That was really good. Like I said, it's just some hit and miss stuff. I got a Michael Keaton Batman, like unmasked Batman from him. So but I don't have a lot. I probably had maybe like 30, 40 all together, and I want to keep 20 and kind of keep them on the shelf, man.
I saw that there was like a Batman and Superman mixed one that had like kryptonite hands or something like that. That one looks cool, but I never got it.
Yeah,
I know.
man.
I think it was like a rare one or something like that.
Yeah, it just got to the point where it was just kind of, for me, man, it was just like kind of just repetitive. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I kind of almost felt. Oh yeah, they got a Super 7 Zartan coming out too. Steve-O 8080 had up there. So if you into reaction, I guess they got that figure coming out too. But yeah, just the thing with old Todd there, man, is just kind of like beating a dead horse. And oh yeah, that's all I'm about to say. That's how I started kind of feeling with Valaverse. I just felt at one point in like wave like 3 or 4, they were just kind of getting repetitive and shit. Like this wave 5 has really re-energized me with Valaverse, because it seemed like one time, like seeing the only figure they kept, like not the only figure, but it just kept putting out like Pandora and shit. She's like in this different outfits. I'm like, man, come on, man. You know, and that's the way it almost kind of feels like with McFarlane.
I hear you. Yeah, I've seen that before. I've heard that take before on like he does make a lot of the same ones. That's why I brought up. I was like, yeah, there's like a bunch of Batmans he has. There's a bunch of Spawns he has too.
Yeah. He's kind of calmed down. I feel like on Spawn a little bit. But I got a few Spawns, but you know, it's just that's his thing. So that definitely ain't going nowhere as far as Spawn. But he got Mortal Kombat back, and they got looks like they got like you know, the original game part 1 figures coming out with him, which I'm kind of good on that, man. Mortal Kombat ain't gonna be in 1/12 scale. I'm good, because the best Mortal Kombats were Storm Collectibles. You know, they're 7-inch scale of figures, man. So that's what I'll probably just be good with and stick with. I got a few of those, but like I say, like nowadays, man, my choices are real choicey.
Yeah, for you.
You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got time.
I hear you loud and clear.
You know what I'm saying? Be trying to fuck with you. That shit look good and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you a little too late. You know what I'm saying? You should have did that shit years ago. But they do look good.
Facts. I feel you.
He said that face on Ponders. Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Let's get into a little bit of mask. Now we starting to talk about some shit I have no idea about, and this was a little bit not really before my time. It was around, but I wasn't old enough or decisive enough to fuck with this. And this is called Mask. You know anything about Mask?
Isn't that the A-Team?
No.
Or is that something different?
No, Mask is kind of like Transformers, but it's not necessarily about the car as a person or anything like that. It's about like these kind of like secretive motherfuckers and shit, where they just like a team and their cars can like transform into different things and shit. It's all kind of based off Transformers hype, but it's almost like a mix. I wouldn't necessarily say of G.I. Joe and Transformers, but it's kind of got that thing going on where the human is just as important as the vehicle, rather than the vehicle just being the main thing. But that all that transforming shit, just riding the wave of Transformers. This is for guys that's like 4 years older than me, 6 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 41. These for guys like 47, 48.
I feel you. I remember I've probably seen like maybe seen the show in passing or something like that. I do remember like seeing the title, and I probably remember like the theme if I heard it. But this is one of those things where it's like just past how far back I reached. Like I remember like the A Team. I was like, that's why I was like, isn't that them? Like, but no, I was like, this is one of those things. It's like it looks cool, it seems cool, but I don't know too much about it personally. I would love to get to know it because even when you described it, it made me think of like Gundam or like there was a show I think it was called Robotic where it was like a plane that could also like a plane. It was like a jet, the jet fighter that could also transform into a robot, but it wasn't like the robot itself was sentient. It was the pilot that could control if it transformed. And there was even like a weird half pilot or half robot, half jet version where it'd be like a jet, but it also had two legs like dangling out, and it was pretty crazy. I think it's called like Robotic or something like that. I know people in chat, they'll be like, "Oh, I remember that."
Yeah. Let me see. Mattel should make DC line with soft goods. Yeah, we'll see. I don't even know if Mattel does soft goods. Storm Collectibles. Oh yeah, they do for the wrestling figures, but I don't know. Other than that, Storm Collectibles Mortal Kombat are 7" too. I have the MKX Goro, so the Mcfarlane should match up with it for less than a Storm figure. Yeah, and Storm does make 7", but if I was to choose between both of them, the McFarlane's was decent, man. But those Storm Collectibles were really, really good. You know what I'm saying? The only McFarlane Mortal Kombat I kind of kept is Johnny Cage. He was a really good one. He had a soft goods coat too. You know what I'm saying? He could have stayed more on that realm. And it wasn't bad, man, but you know.
I hear
Alpha
you.
Proto says the vehicles have two forms.
It was Jacqueline Jest. He said it's Robotech. That was what I was talking about. Where
Who's
it was
that?
like that was like what I was talking about, where it was like a jet, a pilot, and like the jet had like jet form, jet/robot form, and then a full robot form. Because they even made a video game about it. I remember playing the video game. But I will say that was more anime. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, John Battle says, hey, I was in my mid-40s. I was a kid when this came out. Yeah, this match came out like probably like 85, 86. I'm 3 years old. But see, it didn't have a long run. It probably had maybe a 2 or 3 run, and then that's it. You know, 2 or 3 year run. I don't know if it had a cartoon or what, but I know the toy line was out then, so it just didn't have an impact for me. I didn't know what the hell it was till motherfuckers said it later on in life. So
I will say the description that you gave it, the fact that it was like, oh, they got vehicles, the vehicles transform. Honestly, as I know I'm young, I was like, so I don't know if the people in the chat will think about it, but immediately I thought of Codename Kids Next Door because in Kids Next Door, that cartoon, like when I was growing up, they always had gadgets that would have like it would be like the name of it. So like let's say it was like a locker. Like they would go into the locker, but the locker was like an acronym for a whole nother device that could transform and do stuff. And it was the coolest thing ever. So now I'm about to be like, was Codename Kids Next Door like did those ideas kind of come from Mask? I want to know.
probably so, man. You know, a lot of times, man, with these creators and stuff like that, they be around for years. You know what I'm saying? You be finding out like a lot of things you probably like. The same person has been behind them. You know what I'm saying? Or had something to do with them. You're like, oh, okay, that's why I liked that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But this right here looks like Loyal Subjects is supposed to be making these mass toys, which I've heard of Loyal Subjects. They names be buzzing around. I don't know exactly what Loyal Subjects like. I can name it off the top of my head, but I know they've had some skin in the game, basically, man. Over
Mm-hmm.
the past couple of years, and really hearing good things. But Looks like they're going to be 3 3/4 or 4-inch figures. Kind of a smaller setup, man, but it looks pretty good. It looks interesting. Like even if, like me not really knowing too much about masks, and having a lore with them, like I would pick one up. You know what I'm saying? If I came across one, just to fuck with it, just to have a one-off thing. And this is something right here. Like if I picked it up, I wouldn't have to have a bunch. You understand? Like I could just fuck with this one. I could fuck with this. Like I could see myself fucking with this 18-wheeler. You know what I'm saying? Looks like he comes with 2 drivers down here. Got some blast effects. Some little people.
If you don't want the car, I'll take it off your hands because I love that car. That car, especially the car design itself, but the doors with I forgot what they're
doors.
called. Yes. Oh my goodness. Back when cars had soul to them. Oh my goodness. I hate that we're like, oh, the car has to be aerodynamic. It's like, damn the aerodynamics. I want style. I don't care about speed.
This is aerodynamics right here, though. Like back in the day, this is. Look, look. People can't say shit. The motherfuckers driving that Cybertruck, which looks like a car off a Sega game from 1992. Like I don't want to hear shit, yo.
I was like, just like I love the cars that have the pop-up headlights. They're like, oh, we won't ever do that again because like they're not aerodynamics and people. I was like, I don't care about that. I want style. I like the pop-up headlights. They were cool. They had soul.
That's just a different time. I did like the pop-up headlights, man. And back in the 60s, they had cars which headlights pretty much almost had like eyelashes or that like the lids would cover over them. I think it was Plymouth. And then once you turn your lights on, the lids will uncover and they'll go back inside the car. There was a lot of different shit they was doing in the 60s, man. That was innovative. This guy right here, I guess he's like their leader or some shit. Looks like he comes with the like some type of jet plane.
That's dope.
Mobile armor strike command mask. Okay, so some people chiming in about the mask thing. Mobile armor strike command equals mask. Okay. Alpha Proto says Gold Wings looks cool, but when you park them next to another car, you can't open a door.
Honestly, I have no problem just parking far just because of that. I will park far just because I was like, shoot. Especially if you get it fly where you can hit the button and the doors open automatically. I will literally like leave Walmart park in the farthest corner and hit the button just so I can walk towards those gold wing doors waiting for me.
Yeah, so it looks like here we got I guess these are 2 guys that come with the 18-wheeler. But for all you guys who are into Mass Command, Loyal Subjects is doing, looks like they doing a pretty good job. As you see, they got like little hoods. Excuse me. Hoods of mask that they actually put over their heads when it's time to get busy in their cars.
Actually, even seeing that picture made me think. I'm pretty sure there was a Robot Chicken sketch about them, about the mask characters.
I'm pretty sure because Seth Green, he's that age where he's like a little bit above my age group, and they love that shit, man. But it's a cool concept, man. If it would have, there we go. So they got a little bike that turns into a helicopter and shit like that. But if it would have stayed around, it could have definitely gained a lot more traction because it's a great idea. As far as the commercials, I used to see them on YouTube, and they were just really like wild commercials, man. But let's talk about this Archangel here. Let me see if I can get a bigger. Was that all I got? There we go. That looks amazing.
Oh yeah, that looks dope.
John Battle says, I got the. All right, hey Javier, peace out, fam. We'll catch you later, man. John Battle says, I got the turtles from Loyal Subjects, weak plastic, but the sculpt looks good, nice articulation. Accessories for $20. Plastic is just bendy. Jay's Figs. I don't know the Mass theme song, but it says anyone else singing the Mass theme song right now. So like I said, it definitely there's definitely some guys in here, man, who dealt with Mask. But this Archangel right here, and this is how Marvel Legends gets me. Every time I say like I'm good, something that comes up. But I will say this: out of all the Marvel Legends that came out so far this year, I've only purchased one. Well, two. I purchased the which this was pretty much last year. I purchased the Civil Wars Captain America, which I seen in GameStop yesterday, but I got two in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store, so I didn't even grab him. But he looks good. That broken up shield, amazing. I should have grabbed his ass too. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have grabbed him because I can all.
He might still be there. You'd be surprised how unoften people get figures from GameStop.
Not this one. Them motherfuckers grab them shits. they definitely go get them, man. But he looked good though. But I like I said, if he's not, I'm good. I got two in the cut that's gonna be coming. But and I picked up Cyclops. Cyclops cleared on my pile of loot the other day too. The X Factor Cyclops, with the hood over his head. Not the hood, but pretty much has like a Buklova over his head. But this right here, even though I don't plan on building this X-Force team, I just like this. I like it. I just need to know how the wings gonna work because his wings aren't feathered. They're more kind of like these steel pieces of shield. You know what I'm saying? That he's flying with, man. So this is fire though. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing too much to him. Same old figure, different head sculpt. But I'm pretty sure same buck that they put him on, which is the forgot, Scott's brother, the Vulcan buck. But the wings are changed up. Let me get a little closer in on him.
I was saying, from the looks of it, it looks like the wings are gonna move the same way how Falcons. I don't know if it's the newest Captain America Falcon, but I know the Falcon with the red wings. It looks like his wings move the same as his.
Yes. Yep. And then that's what I think too. And those wings moved pretty good. Now that I think about it, those wings moved pretty good on that.
Sadly, no butterfly joints, but he does have thigh rotation. I mean, not thigh, boot cut swivel.
Well,
he also has thigh rotation as well.
See, because that was the discussion when the original Archangel came out about a year ago. They were saying possibly there's no butterfly joints because that Vulcan buck does have butterfly joints, but possibly this doesn't because the wings have to peg in right where that butterfly will be at. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what they were saying last year on that. And the wings do plug in right there at the back, right where your butterfly joint would be at. But I still think they could have made it happen. They probably just didn't want to retool it.
Right.
You know,
I was gonna say that's an excuse, to be honest. I was like, because they could put it, because the butterfly joints, there's a few different ways you can do it. And like those wings, unless the wings are like on the shoulder, if those wings are in the back, like how they are with Falcon, you can do it. Because I was pissed that they didn't give Falcon butterfly joints. Because I was like, bro, you could give Falcon butterfly joints. I was like, I feel like I said, I feel like a lot of figures should get butterfly joints. But if you're flying, I really feel like you deserve butterfly joints.
Yes, of course. Yeah, most definitely, because it just helps with the posing of somebody flying. Butterfly flies.
Exactly. It's like, and then like I will say, like, good thing that they gave boot cut swivel and thigh rotation, but I don't think it has toe articulation either. So I was like, fam, come on now.
Butterflies, I definitely would love them, but toe articulation on him, I think I'm good. I don't be wanting toe articulation on everybody.
Not for you.
Because it just sometimes it'll work against you. But figures like Spider-Man, Wolverine, really agile people who have to be, maybe be creeping on their toes or pretty much going at it, like that, man. I definitely I definitely think they need toe joints. But this right here looks like he's gonna be able to shoot like Archangel when he becomes that. Apocalypse kind of gives him like weapons, even though his wings are kind of like solid. He can shoot blades out of, and that's what this effect is. I will say this about the wings: they do look good. I just wish they looked better. As far as not even aesthetic, but as far as paint wise, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I just wish they had like some type of shading in with them. You know what I'm saying? Some shadowing, something. Even though the wings are supposed to be like a steel look, and even with the effect pieces, like they're just kind of like clear and shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
They just don't have no highlights to them. Like, and that's just typical Marvel Legends. They ain't gonna paint shit. Like, look, you know, it was hard for me to tell. I thought they were stands. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen it, I was like, oh, he has some stands so you can kind of hold them up in 3 places on the wing. I was like, oh shit, no, that's the blades that shoot off. But you know, you can't even tell because it's just like clear and shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
I will say, while I'm glad that like they gave us those effects with Archangel, it kind of pisses me off that they gave it to Archangel and they didn't give it to Sam Wilson, Captain America. Because you've seen the movie now, haven't you?
no, I didn't, man. Swift.
It's all good. I was say it's just I completely understand. But my thing is, just like he's done it before. I feel like in the cartoons, most characters that have wings figure out a way to use their feathers as some type of dagger. So it's like, bro, if you guys gave Archangel that as an effect, couldn't it give Falcon that as an effect? Like, come on, fam. Like his whole thing is Falcon, Captain America Falcon. It would have been so cool to have the shield get thrown in one hand and the wings throwing the daggers in the other. Like that'd been cool.
Exactly. Just being lazy.
My question is, how much do you think that Archangel is gonna cost?
Should cost as much as the last one did. I think the last one was like 35. I would do 35 for it, man. I'll do 35. Cause look, I'm not gonna buy it from nobody else. I'm not finna buy Mayfax Archangel, and I'm probably not gonna buy a Mezco Archangel. You know what I'm saying? Like 35 and get them skinned. That's just like Captain America. Like that Mayfax that seemed like it came out was pretty good. The Diamond Select seemed like it was pretty good. It's just in 7-inch, but I can let Hasbro take care of the job of Captain America for me. I'm good on that. No butterfly joints and all. I'm just good. Just some people I can just stick with, and that's just the case with this one right here. I think it looks good enough. I think the body looks good enough. I think I could be satisfied with this for years to come. Does it need some things? Yeah, but other than that, I think they nailed what they were trying to get. And I'm not a huge Archangel guy for X-Force, but then again, also too, Archangel is a figure that doesn't get made a lot. There's not a lot of fucking Archangels laying around, like per se Wolverines hanging out of the ass. You know what I'm saying? Even Cyclops. There's probably more Gambits made than Archangel. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a rare one right here. It's not a lot of Icemen that has been made. There has been, but there's not as much as everybody else. These are guys like if you get a good solid one, you know, just go ahead and hop on. I think this one is solid enough for me to grab. But you know, just that's how I've been with the Marvel Legends, kind of cherry picking. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that I really really like, and like how we was talking about that Kingpin and shit. Like I'm not getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at these things and I'll be like, yeah, you know, maybe, but and never say never. You know what I'm saying? But if he ends up at Ollie's, he can probably got like fucking the Walmart exclusive Joe Fix-It Hulk. That ended up at Walmart. It got. I mean, not Walmart. It ended up at Ollie's. It got. You know what I'm saying?
Are you gonna also wait for that? What is it? The Puerto Rican Spider-Man suit?
No, I grabbed him. I actually grabbed him. Yeah, I actually really did like him. He had enough going on for him for me to grab him. He had that articulation that I like. Far as Spider-Man, did he have toe?
I'm not 100% sure if he had toe. I know he had butterflies.
He had butterflies. He had the combo with the rocker and the crunch. And he had a boot cut on him. I don't think he had toe though. I don't think he had toe, but he was good enough. So I grabbed one of them. But as far as all the rest of those people, man, up there and shit, man, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like on that, what we were talking about last week. But that's the one I was looking at. Let me read some of these comments right quick. It says Jay's Fig says we finally will be able to complete X-Force, the black and gray version. Yeah. But I'm getting him just because I got different plans in my head, just that blacked out. And that's what it is, John Battle. And John Battle says the wings don't shine enough for me. It's not like they're supposed to have some type of shading on them, but it's just like Mayfax. Like if Mayfax made him, I'm not even gonna front that silver be looking like. I mean, those wings be looking like real metal. They would have a certain shine to them. They would have a certain look to them. Even if Valaverse painted those wings, like they would have like they just have a little bit different shit going on with them. What I'm probably gonna do is which I meant to do with my other Archangel is put a wash on his wings. I probably won't do that for him, man. But the original Archangel kind of bring out those different feather, because the original one has some great sculpted feathers on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you would. As I'm thinking about it, you wouldn't think like his wings would look a little shinier, almost on the level of like Wolverine's claws.
Exactly, looking like metal.
Yeah.
But see, this is what Marvel Legends does with Wolverine's claws too, though. It looks about on this level right here, rather than the CT Toys or Mayfax one that's just gleaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good looking figure, man. It's definitely gonna get got on my end. Let me see what else we got here in the folders.
Do you know when that figure's coming out? Or
no, I just seen it today. Those pictures were courtesy of Shardiman's Prime too. I just seen it on Instagram.
Gotcha.
So I was like, let me see what this is about right here. So I was glad to see it. I tell you that.
I feel you. Hey,
I was waiting to see, and I wanted to do some more Archangels too. Like they need to, if they got that black one coming, because that's not even his original form. That's just X-Force. But he's almost kind of like a Charlotte Hornets color when he's like that original Archangel.
I could see them if this is the first figure Archangel like that in a while. I could see them doing it again. They'll just wait. They'll just like have him come out. Like if he comes out soon, then give it like 8 to 12 months, and then they'll release the other colored version.
Oh yeah, they will. They will. I already know they will. Like I said, they got this version. Then I know. I have seen the Diamond Select Archangel John Battle. I was gonna get him, but there's no reason for me to have him besides a novelty piece because he's so big. But he looks magnificent, and I still might grab that. Because I had it on pre-order somewhere, and I might have took it off. But that was a good looking figure. I really did like that, John. That Diamond Select does a great job, but once again, they be out of scale for me. So if I'm gonna get it, it's gonna be more like a novelty piece that kind of sits off to the side. But that Archangel that they made is totally worth it. I wouldn't try to fudge him in or anything like that. But Swift, I'll let you talk about this right here, man. That you brought to my attention.
Oh yes, this is the SH Figure Arts Miles G Morales, or the Prowler version of Miles from, I'll say spoilers, but the movie is I think 2 or 3 years old at this point. But without saying too much, you see this version of Miles in the Across the Spider-Verse movie. And oh my goodness, I'm so hyped for this because knowing SH Figure Arts, they're gonna do him justice. He's gonna have the butterfly. You can see in this picture that he has butterfly joints. I know that from how they've done the SH Figure Arts version of Spider-Punk, he's most likely gonna have toe articulation, which is good since it's a spider character. And he's gonna have, the book bag as an accessory. He's gonna have different, like he's gonna have probably claws, like different clawed hands, and also regular hands. I'd be willing to bet he's gonna come with another head. And the thing I like about SH Figure Arts when they're doing the spider characters, specifically the Across the Spider Verse characters, is just like with Spider Punk, they had like a neck, so like, and they had the masked version of Spider Punk, and then they had the neck that completely was covered by the mask, so it was seamless. And then they had the unmasked version of Spider Punk, and they gave you a whole separate neck to change it, so it looked like the mask only went up like to his neck, and then like the rest was his skin tone, so it looked seamless and like looked so good. So I'm honestly super hyped. Honestly, as soon as I saw the SH Figure Arts drop this, I was honestly kind of tight that I got the Hasbro version one. I was like, damn. I thought, cause I waited. I was like, oh, I'll wait until somebody. I was like, somebody gotta make a Prowler Miles. Cause I was like, everybody loved Prowler Miles. Like you literally see him. I think he gets maybe 5 minutes. I feel like being said, it's generous to say he got 10 minutes, but he really only got like 5 minutes in the movie. Everybody loved him. It was like, oh shit, that looks dope. Everybody was like, oh, that's why everybody was hyped for the next movie. Because like, oh, he got to get a lot of screen time and everything like that. Bruh, I waited. I was like, Buffett, I'll get the Hasbro version. The Hasbro version is cool, but I know this one's going to shit all over the Hasbro version. So I'm like, yo, as soon as they actually drop it, I just saw this recently. So there's no details on it. They just said coming soon. Knowing SH Figure Arts, when they say coming soon, to be honest, it'll probably be out around summer or fall this year. And I'm going to be one of the first ones getting it. I was like, so I'll definitely do a review on it. I'll definitely tell y'all all about it, and I'll see you. And he also, with SH Figure Arts in general, and then SH Figure Arts, the Spider-Verse lines, they scale pretty well with Marvel Legends. Like, I can literally, I don't have my figures with me right now, but, like, I can put my Spider-Punk next to, like, any of my Marvel Legends Spider-Man, and, like, they're around the same height. Of course, Hobie's going to be taller because he was like a taller character and his dreads also went up. But like besides that, he fits in the line perfectly.
He looks good. I don't know anything about this character. I still haven't seen the second movie. Why they haven't brought it to streaming services yet? They have, but why isn't it free yet? I have no idea.
Because honestly, they only do that with the movies that they think that nobody cares about to watch. But if the movie's successful, like that movie it made a lot of money. So that movie it'll never, honestly, unless you wait 20 something years, that movie's never gonna be free. It's just gonna be on YouTube. Like you can rent it for like probably like 10, 15 bucks or something like that. I highly recommend it. If you find it like on YouTube, I like it. I really love the movie. I saw the movie I think I saw it like 2 or 3 times in the theater, to be honest.
Yeah, I wanted to see it, man, but I was kind of waiting on it for it to come to Disney Plus. It ain't never do shit. It was just.
Well, it's Sony. I was like, so it's not Disney.
Oh,
okay. So it won't be on Disney Plus, but it'll definitely be. I know for a fact it's on YouTube. I own the DVD now. So I'm still old school like that. I'll get the DVD version of it. But it was really dope. Obviously, everybody was really hyped. That's why, honestly, people wanted the voice actor Shamik Moore to shut the hell up when all the controversy was happening on social media. Like it was a few months ago. I like the dude in the movie Dope. I thought he did good in that movie, and he did great in the first movie and this movie. But we're not gonna talk about the social media nonsense. He kind of pulled the Kanye, went a little wild off the meds, and then was like, "Oh wait, let me just delete all that."
Oh, that's who's the voice of Spider-Man, Shamik Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, he played Raekwon in the Wu-Tang show.
Yep. He's pretty dope. I loved him in the movie Dope. I thought he was good. And I think, like I said, I think he's a good voice actor in this movie and everything too. It's just like I said. If you separate the actor from social media, great. Just don't look into the social media part.
Across the Spider-Verse is on Netflix. Okay, I gotta get Netflix. Olu said Across the Spider-Verse is on Netflix. So is that the second one? What's the first one called?
Yep. So the first one is Into the Spider-Verse. The second one is Across the Spider-Verse. The third
Okay.
one is gonna be called Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Okay. Okay. Who the hell is he says I read a rumor Shamik Moore was creeping on Haley Steinfeld. Who the hell is that?
That's the voice actor for Gwen, Spider Gwen in the movie, and that's pretty much what happened. Like, all right, I'll summarize it. Pretty much, everybody is like, oh, okay. Anytime there's a Spider-Man movie, the actors in real life that play Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy, or play Spider-Man and Mary Jane, end up dating. They end up falling in love and getting feelings for each other. So far, that's always been the case. Whether they stay together or not, that doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that they always end up dating and they always end up like being a thing in real life. Shamik Moore and the chick that I forgot the name of her, you just said it, but the voice actor for Gwen Stacy are like so far the only people that have done a Spider-Man movie and they do voice the love interest and they didn't get together. And Shamik Moore just didn't have that older brother to show him like he didn't have that uncle like in the first movie to tell him like, oh, this is how you kind of like talk to girls or like flirt with girls and stuff like that. And he fumbled. I won't say he fumbled because I was like, she's cool, but it's not like she's like you're like all that. But she announced that she was getting engaged, and he just somebody needed to take his phone away from him, bro, because he was like, "But there's still other people in the world to meet." I was like, "Bro, shut up!" I was like, "That's you don't need to be saying this," and like, like everybody was like, "Bro, why would you say this?" Like we were like, "We get it. You want it to be a thing because that's normally what the thing is with Super Spider-Man and Gwen or Spider-Man and Mary Jane." But he was like, "No, we should try." And it was like, bro, she clearly already has a guy. And she clearly showed, like, and even in interviews, she showed, like, he was just pretty much coming on too hard, was not taking the hint. And then he just, like, argued with people in the comments and was like, "I'm going to die on this hill." I was like, bro, shut up. And then he was like, oh, everyone was like, well, roasting him because they were like, "Oh, you don't get chicks." And he was like, "Oh, I don't get chicks? Fine." And then he showed a video of him and this other actress that was like it was like them kind of looking like they were on a date or something. But then we come to find out when that other actress did like I think it was either Instagram live or went live on Twitter or something. That video was like a year and some change old, and she's also engaged with
Hey,
somebody
hey,
else.
hey, hey! It sounds like some shit I don't even want to hear about.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was
Look,
like, bro, it was one of those things. Like I said,
it
it was
sounds
a
like some
Kanye
shit
moment, bro.
like man, like, hey, look, niggas just tripping out here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It was like he deleted all of it, but literally the movie got pushed back. It was already supposed to come out. I think it was supposed to come out either this year, 2025, or 2026. They had already pushed it back to like 2027 because it happened around the same time, like the writers strike and everything. So the
Uh-huh.
animation team, like they're like, well, we want to make sure the animation's good. So it had already gotten pushed back to 2027. I think that shit got pushed back to 2028 or 2029 now. So it's like,
Damn.
bruh, yeah. People keep on. You remember Toy Story with Woody's Roundup?
Yeah.
People constantly make the joke about like in Toy Story, Woody's Roundup when he found out he had a show, and they were like, "All right, tune in next time to see Woody's Roundup," and they were like, "That's it." They never finished the story. Everybody's making that joke where it's like everybody loved Into the Spider Verse, everybody loved Across the Spider Verse. Across the Spider Verse is like, okay, what are they gonna do next? We're gonna be so hyped, and then everybody's like, click. That's it. They're never gonna finish the story.
Yeah, niggas out there fucking up their bags.
It was like one of those things. It was like you wanted to just grab and be like, "Shut up!" Like honestly, that was like one of those moments. Just like how I feel like with Jaden Smith. Honestly, I'm like, "Shut up! Just shut up! You could be better."
But man, let's talk about this Iron Man that you brought up from SH Figure Arts. What is going on with that? Because I haven't never brought an SH Figure Arts Iron Man.
So this is brand new. I don't think they've ever, to my knowledge, SH Figure Arts has never done Iron Man before. but I guess they're testing the waters and everything like that. So this is the SH Figure Arts Iron Man. I'm excited for this because honestly, I might cop this. I don't think I have a single Iron Man, to be honest. But my thing is Iron Man. I have a kind of a high standard for what Iron Man can do, and a lot of times the Iron Man that I see that Hasbro come out with, they don't really have like effects and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, you
Yep.
kind of need effects if you're gonna have Iron Man. So as you can see, there's multiple different hands that they have. And with SH Figure Arts, what I like about them is they'll have like hands that like will light up. Well, not light up. They're painted like with the light. So it looks like he's about to blast. And then they'll give you separate hands with a hole in it. So you can straight up put the blaster in there. And then of course they make it so there's a hole in the bottom of the feet. So the same blast effects that you want to put in the hand, you can also put in the feet. There's also like, as you can see on the far right and on the far left, he has like the laser thing, so he can put it on top of his hand like as well. So a bunch of different effects. I think some of those parts can even go on his shoulder or on his back to make it look like he's charged up, just like how they did in the Avengers movie, or not in Endgame when Thor like charged his back up.
Yeah.
Like they give all that stuff with them, and I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure he does have toe articulation. It's a 50-50 on if he has butterfly joints.
It
From the
looks
looks,
it
you
looks
go.
like he has toe articulation, like it has a break in there at the tip of the toe, like where the armor is.
Yeah, I would say when they do toe articulation, it's literally the toe. So I believe he does have toe articulation, and the butterfly joints is 50-50 because I will say SH Figure Arts, the way that they do butterfly joints sometimes, they literally can hide it, where it's like the butterfly joint is pretty much it's connected to the chest, where like it comes out and it'll just come out, it'll just be a forward butterfly joint instead of a forward and a back. But sometimes they'll do that because it looks so stylish. And they have good detail. They make sure like it's everything that you see is gonna be very like movable, like thigh. I can already see they got thigh rotation. I don't know if they have boot cut, but I know that they'll also have bicep rotation and of course like wrist rotation as well.
I think my Iron Man that I would really like to get is the one that's kind of like a die cast. Somebody sent a picture of one over to me last week. I don't know if it was you or a couple of weeks ago, but what's the name of that company? Is it 3LX or something like that? Where sometimes the parts are die cast. Damn.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think I sent that one, but I think I know the company that you're talking about.
They usually cost
I think
about
it's like
$100 for the figures, like 120. But I think I would like. But this reminds me of that. You know what I'm saying? I can already tell, especially with SH Figure Arts, this is going to be kind of right up their alley because they make really deep cuts as far as articulation. But being that he's a robot, you can hide that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know how the Dragon Ball, like sometimes it might get a little gappy, but being that he's an armored figure, I think they will be able to hide that and still be able to do their rotation that they're looking for with it. But that's the one thing you do want, even though Iron Man is in a robotic suit, you want him looking almost like seamless, like he's not. And I think it's hard for Hasbro, not hard for Hasbro, to just, I don't know what's going on. They can't get all the articulation that you're looking for. Like there's this one that just came out that I put in my Avengers, my main Avengers collection, because he has a double ball neck, ball joint neck, and he can actually move his neck around. Like which
was
Iron
it
Man
the Ultimate Iron Man?
It's the one that came up with that Iron Man wave.
Oh, okay. I know
The retro Iron Man wave that they just came out with Whiplash, and it had an Iron Man that had like bell bottoms on and shit.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was that Iron Man, which I ended up picking up. But once again, he was lacking in paint as far as like his lines. Should have had some wash in there. You know what I'm saying, to bring out those lines in his outfit, man.
And I will say the cool thing about SH Figure Arts too is like if this does good, which I assume it probably will, they'll also like do like they'll probably add to it and do a war machine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then I think what is the name of that company? 3LX.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. It's like X. I want yeah, pretty much. Cause I'll say
Yeah,
XXL
3L.
because they
Yeah.
make a lot of action, a lot of Transformers figures.
Yes, yes, yes. So you know who I'm talking about with the die cast. But that's exactly what this reminds me of here, man. So pretty good looking figure, man. Pretty good looking figure. I don't know if I would pull the trigger on it. But I wouldn't mind pulling the trigger on something like this just to see what it's about.
And I will say, SH Figure Arts, their quality always top notch. Like out of all my SH Figure Arts, like I really can only think of like one thing that I ever had a problem with, and even that was like literally, I think it was just my figure. Like I had my Spider Punk, his like not toe articulation, but his foot, it goes like forward and back. On one of the feet, the heel part is just a little too thick, so it doesn't necessarily allow his whole foot to go as far, like point the toe as much as it should. But that's literally just like my one figure. Every other figure I have, SH Figure Arts, quality. And you see my stop motion. I pop the head off, pop the arms off, pop
Mhm.
the hands off all the time, and pop it back on. So you want that durability. It'll be a little pricey, but it's one of those things where it's like it's worth it for what you get.
Yeah, I've never really had a problem out of them. What from what I brought was my Dragon Ball stuff from them. So they've always been a pretty quality brand. I wouldn't necessarily say they don't come with QC issues like any other toy company would, but it's not a lot. From what I've seen. I was looking for just combing through, seeing if I got everything, but I don't know if I got I don't know if I got that Dragon Ball guy.
Oh yeah,
On
the Goku, the Daima Goku.
Yeah, he should be in here. Maybe it's this one. Nope, not that. And let me check up under this one. Nope, Cold Slither again. That's Todd McFarlane.
He might
Uh,
be one of the early ones because it was one of the first ones I sent her.
yeah, I know, and it should have been in there. See, this is mask. I got this mask stuff later, so I think I might have missed him because yeah, these emails right here came through at like 6 o'clock, and I
Mhm.
loaded up all the other stuff. Wonder why I didn't get it. What is he on right now? Is he on a website? Is he up for pre-order?
He was just on Instagram, so I don't think he's on pre-order yet. It was one of those situations where just like with the Miles Morales, he was
Mhm.
like coming soon.
Oh, okay.
He was another SH Figure Arts. Now the thing about him is he's one of the minifigures. SH Figure Arts has recently started doing for Dragon Ball. I don't know if you kept up. You know Dragon Ball. I know you know Dragon Ball Z, but they did a new series called Dragon Ball Daima.
Uh-huh.
So with Dragon Ball Daima, it's kind of like GT, except for in GT it was only Goku that was a kid size. In Daima, they made everybody a kid size. I don't know why. I didn't watch the show myself. I just know about certain things that happened in the show. Because I was kind of tired. I was like, bro, I was like, why? I was like, why do we need to make all these dudes, all these guys like kids? I was like why? That was like, and then on top of that, it was like in GT, it made kind of sense because it was just Goku, and they were like, okay, it was a wish from extra strong Dragon Balls, and even they were like, well, once he got to Super Saiyan 4, he was so strong that he could undo the magical power, like the magic of the wish. In Dragon Ball Daima, they're like, yeah, no, we just changing all of that. They're like wanting to take bits and pieces from GT, but they didn't want to have all the depth that they had in GT. So like, no hate to anybody that loves Daima, by the way. This is just my opinion on Dragon Ball Daima. But pretty much ever since they did Daima, they're pretty much now doing minifigures. So like if the original figure is like this big, the minifigures are like literally like half the size. But the boxes for the figures are still like the same size. And like the price of the figure, I think they're like $20 still. They're like $20 a figure. It's like, why are we paying $20 when the figure is like this small? And it's like the articulation, in my opinion, is kind of crap. And they're like, it's like, okay, they're gonna be kind of crap because they're that small. But my thing is, I didn't ask for the figures to be that small in the first place. So it's like we're like, oh, cut them some slack. The figures are small. Why cut them some slack? I didn't want them to be small in the first place. It's like, and it's kind of like a nostalgia thing because like they can resell you the same character just as a kid now, and like they gave cool things like Goku has his staff again, but it's like, well, but he's a kid though. Like I don't care about Goku having his staff as a kid. I mean, they already have a Goku figure with the staff as a kid. Like they made Piccolo a kid, but now they made a Super Saiyan 4 Goku. I don't know if they're going to give it to Vegeta, but so far they gave Super Saiyan 4 to Goku and they made him in the minifigure size. And it looks all right because it's like they gave him Super Saiyan 4, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta hair. Like his hair in Super Saiyan 4, just as Goku, is red like it was in GT. So like, oh, that's cool. They changed the way they designed the arms though. Like in GT, it was like fur all over the arm, and then just the hand was like, human again. And they had the wristband. Now they made it so first off, like the chest and the arm and the biceps are the same, but once you get like to the forearm, like halfway at the halfway point of the forearm, well, the whole forearm and the whole hand is like way bigger. So they made that bigger for like a gorilla to make, I guess, look like more of a monkey. But they're like, okay, fine. But like at the halfway point of the forearm, the fur just kind of stops, and like it only continues on the outside, and on the inside it's like human like skin, and then there's like just big behind hands, like meteor sized hands. I'm just like, I'm kind of good on it, but I know other people might like it, and I can see if you have started collecting the minifigures, it will look nice with the other minifigures. Because they even gave Vegeta finally got to Super Saiyan 3, but he's still in that kid form.
Yeah. Man, you just said a mouthful, man. I see why I haven't kept up with that shit in a long time. Yo, it's just hey, look, man. I got a certain era with Dragon Ball that I fuck with, and when it used to come on Toonami, like 1999, 2000, 2001, and they were still fighting Majin Buu and the motherfuckers and shit, man. I just kind of left it at there, man. But it is a good looking figure. I just slipped up. I don't know what the hell happened. I was just uploading a bunch of pictures, and what I did today, instead of doing an overlay, I hit my man Javier up. Matter of fact, Sadaldo, who's in here earlier, I was like, yo, how do you do the slides on StreamYard? Because I was tired of putting the overlay up and our faces would be covered up. So what I've done is sent all the pictures over to my email, open that window up in StreamYard Present, so our faces could be kicked to the side while we still look at pictures, man. So it's just still a work in progress, but it's better than having the overlay cover our faces up when I'm talking about different toys. So I think I'm gonna go with that.
And then also you can see Alpha Protocol know what it is. He's saying the minifigs are 30 and up. Can you imagine that? $30 and up for a figure of pretty much a child. I was like, because they're so small and they have crap articulation. I get it. It's like, oh, they're a kid. It's like, I ain't asked for that. And like they're 30 and up.
This is the smallest, well, it's not the smallest Dragon Ball I got. But this little guy right here, and I think he was like regular price and shit.
There, so you see that size? The minifigs are smaller than that. I feel like from head to toe, I feel like the minifig, even hair included, probably comes up to his shoulders, bro.
Wow, for real?
Yes, but the box is still the same size. Like the box is still the same size, and it's not like they pack a lot in it. I will say, from what I saw, Piccolo got a decent amount of stuff, but Goku, Vegeta, I don't think they made anybody besides Goku and Vegeta and Piccolo. I was like, but Goku and Vegeta, they come with like 2, maybe 3 faces. and then like maybe two hands. That's it. Piccolo at least came with like the cross arms, came with the cape. I think the cape was soft goods, but and then they came with like a few different faces. But my thing is, like I said, from head to toe, if you stand a minifig up next to that Gotenks, I'm pretty sure hair included, they'll come up to the like the shoulders of that Gotenks, and that Gotenks has better articulation than them. I know that for sure.
Oh yeah, that Go Tanks is straight.
Nah, but they want 30 or more. I was like, as Alpha Protocol, he was saying, he's like, the Piccolo was like 60. Yeah, the Piccolo was 60. Like, bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I've had my run with them, man. Like I said, I didn't know that figure was that small. When you showed me, it looked pretty good, but I knew that was in that just different era of Dragon Ball that I didn't get into when they started getting like the red, like long hair and shit, man. But this is what I meant to tell you. Like I finally got that CT Toys. Did I show you this?
Oh no, hold on, let me see. Oh, that's dope.
That's that web man.
Oh, that's
trying
dope.
to like, nice. Yeah, so people CT Toys, $20. Now look at that pose there for $20. You know, you can get a Spider-Man that pretty much can get down. It's got the toe articulation on there. You see,
you know that's what I care about.
Yeah, so this is a pretty good Spider-Man. I wouldn't say that it didn't come with its QC issues, but for $20, you're pretty much getting the Mayfax. And the QC issues is pretty much aesthetic. Like some of his web lines not colored in. Something about these CT Toys with the knee joint kind of pokes out. But you can do that. You can get that knee joint hung up with Mayfax too, but it's still more kind of inside of the kneecap. But this right here, this was straight. So it finally came, man. Came about a week ago. A little bit smaller than your normal Spider-Mans, but Spider-Man's a character that I don't mind sometimes being small because he's a small guy.
And plus, it's kind of like you get him through the ages because Spider-Man always growing. He's he's a kid. It was like he's growing up,
Correct.
so it's kind of cool. You get him at different heights and bulks because you're like, oh, this is when he was fresh out of high school, or this is when he was in college, like stuff like that.
And for and I know this isn't like an amazing pose, but it's hard to get some Marvel Legends Spider-Mans to even do this. You know what I'm saying? like the crops down like that and look like he's at ease, man. So I can't knock CT for what they're doing, man.
Yeah, that's always the thing. I always want to make sure I can get my figures in the superhero landing or superhero pose.
Correct. But yeah, man. And other than that, man, I picked this up this week. I finally picked up an Iron Grenadier bat. Got it from GameStop. Had my $5 off, $20, and it's worth it too. It's actually dope. I actually like the colors on that black, gold, and red.
That's dope. I wanted that one. Especially wanted that one because that was one of the ones that was in the comic book.
They had a Grenadier.
He was in Duke and like one of the Duke comic books, and like they got like pretty much like an army of them in the G.I. Joe comic book as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I like those colors. And I also like it's clear on the chest, isn't it?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I actually like that wiring.
Too. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, it's one of the better colorways for a bat. To be quite honest with you.
How are the legs on it though? That's my real question.
What you talking about? Like, far as double joint?
Like when you put it down, do you have a problem standing it up? Because I had a red bat that I felt like its hips, like every time I stood it up, it wanted to like just do a split.
The red bat had QC issues. That came out of a bad QC wave. That's the wave. That red bat was around in the original Outback, Cover Girl. Like that's not a good bat. That's about the worst bat as far as quality wise, because it's just it's bad. To be quite honest.
Of course, the bat that I got, it was like, yeah, that was one of the worst ones.
It was. You can go on Amazon. It's $16 up there, and it's been $16.
Not for you. I did use it for the parts. I was like, well, you know what? I'll take his part, use it on this character, use it on this character. But I was wondering, that was the only reason I was kind of on the fence about getting that new bat. Cause I was like, is his legs gonna have the same problem or not?
Yeah, no. Other than that, man, the bats are good to go. All bats have been good to go. It's just that red one was a fucking problem. Like for real. I don't know what was going on with them around that time, man. Just bad QC. Like all the way around that whole freaking wave, man. But with this episode right here, man, like I said, it was a lot of toy news that just kind of came out in the past couple of days. But the most I could probably pull from it, the best things were those Valorverse soldiers and this Archangel here. I think this Archangel it's pretty dope. I'm really feeling that right there. Like I said, the wings could be better as far as the color on them. But as far as the figure, I'm liking that right there. I'm feeling that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and hopefully they'll probably be removable, so it'll be make it a little easier for you to paint.
Yes. I just don't know what. If anything, I would try to go for a more silver, but I wouldn't tackle that. You know what I'm saying? Like I probably have to get somebody to paint them shit. I don't know. Not only way I would do it is if I had a airbrush gun.
Yeah, I was say you're the paint master. You don't think you're gonna try your hand in it?
I'm not the paint master. I can make the shit look decent, but I just as far as my skill level, I would probably need to do those with an airbrush gun. That's the only way you can make them look right. You know what I'm saying? With an even spray on there, and you can get that right the right spray for them. Because right now,
make it glisten.
Yeah, and you know, so I want to get an airbrush gun because I want to get into maybe painting a little bit better. Because like even with my motorcycle that I did for my man. I don't mind the hand painting I did on there, but I would rather had airbrushed it. You know what I'm saying? Get that nice even coat. That's why when I go and spray with the spray paint cans and do the vehicles, the paint is coming out a lot better because it's coming out of a spray can. It's giving out nice layered coats as I go on, man. But we'll get there. We'll definitely get there, man. But
it's a process.
Yes, and be honest with you, a lot of stuff I do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I do for myself. I ain't gotta call nobody to ask. So if it comes out just the way I wanted it, or it's got some few little flaws with it, I don't even give a fuck because I didn't achieve what I was trying to do, and I ain't have to pay nobody to do it. I just went and did it myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I love looking at this truck, like this fucking truck. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
like I didn't pay nobody to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? I did this shit. Now, does it have its flaws and imperfections? Yes, but shit, it's good enough for me.
I can't wait to see that video when you do that with those wings.
Say that again.
I can't wait to see that video of you spraying the wings. I was like, sure, I'm gonna be like, yo. I was like, all right, how did he do it? I'm gonna make sure I do it exactly.
Yeah. I'll get it there. So hopefully, by the time this guy come out, I'll have an airbrush gun. You know what I'm saying? Find me a good one. Jay Gonzo sent me over a link to a good one, so I'll get it. And that's exactly what I do. I'll put like a nice, good silver coat on that, so it looks like silver, metal wings instead of this fucking like gray plastic shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, damn.
Yeah, they could have put more effort into it, but then that's them. They're gonna be like, oh well, it's new this, new that. It's like, okay, well if it's all new, why didn't you put in the work to make it look new instead of a hand-me-down part?
Oh, that's what John Battle said earlier too, man. Like just the laziness. Like they could have made a new body for that Warpath, man. Like, that shit looks outdated, man. He looks funny, yo.
It is outdated, bro. Again, y'all can call me bougie if you want, but there's pins in his arms, and I'm pretty sure there's pins in his legs. It's like, bro, it's 2025. There should not be any pins in the figures, especially from Hasbro. Like it's one thing if it's like McFarlane, like we were talking about earlier, because he's like every one of his figures got pins in it. But Hasbro clearly knows what it is and what they need to do in order to make sure that there's no pins in GI Joes. There's no pins in like every Marvel pretty much. The only thing that Hasbro really make that got pins in it, unless they're reusing parts, is like Transformers. And with them, I cut them some slack because it's a robot Rubik's cube into a car. So I was like, fine, you can show the pins on that. But these guys, there should been no pins on Warpath. It makes you question, why would I even get it? Like, do you really think I'm about to buy a second Warpath just to get the X-23?
Yeah, like I told you, I just took that Warpath off my shelf. I've had them for years, big blue and red one. You know what I'm saying? I took them off my shelf like a couple of months ago. Like, man, I'm good on him. So when I seen that black one, I'm like, I definitely ain't finna buy that one. I just took X-23 off my shelf. I don't think she's updated enough for me to get. She needs that same body that fucking Black Widow had. Yep. You know what I'm saying? That everybody else. You know what, Gonzo? Those wings. They do look transparent, but I think the thing that's transparent, man, is the damn blades that shoot out of them. They don't have enough color on them, man. Like, and it's not like they're just this highly colorized thing, but they just, I don't know. They just could have been better as far as aesthetic looking. I'm gonna answer this question right here because I had this dude up for me. Do you think they'll make a retro blowtorch? From what I've seen, it looks like they probably could go that route. The one they got looks close to the original, but it's not. But I did think maybe hearing them maybe talk, maybe they would do something like that. But it's just be like so like. But a lot of that retro line is like one or two things got changed up. You know what I'm saying? Like with the snow bats. No, with the snow serpents.
Mm-hmm. I would say probably the same. Like it's like I feel like it's 50-50 because they've like that'll be the third blowtorch that we have gotten recently because we had a regular blowtorch. Then, as we saw in the SDC, we got like a rock band blowtorch. And they did a retro blowtorch.
No, he's talking about blowtorch. It's a he shoots the fire for GI Joe. You know what I'm saying? But no, but the other torch is actually the Dreadnought torch.
Okay.
There's a good guy torch that's like in he's a flamethrower for GI Joe.
Oh, okay.
His name is Torch, and then the Dreadnought guy was Torch. And earlier, my man, somebody said Zartan reminds him of Alice Cooper, and that's who it is too. He reminds me of Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper, but he really looked like Alice Cooper. Like when he's regular Zartan, he reminds me of Ozzy Osbourne, but in that rock and roll outfit he had on, he looked like Alice Cooper, like nice and slim there. But but that I couldn't believe I forgot Torch was actually even made. So it's Torch, Ripper, Buzzard, and Zartan. Monkey Wrench hasn't even begun to be made yet. So my bad. My apologies on that earlier, fellas. But let me answer this for John Battle, man. We're probably gonna wrap it up, Swifty.
I got you.
On this week here. But John Battle says, do you think Valorverse drop their camo soldiers to compete with the upcoming Monster Force soldier coming out? And I'm glad this is a good question for me to ask to cap this off. It reminded me of Monster Force with those with the red and black camouflage, with the black and gray, with the blue clover over them. And that's what I was just thinking too. I'm like, damn, I want these Valorverses, but I got this Monster Force coming. I'm about to have a bunch of different armies of motherfuckers who look alike, but they're coming from different companies. So you got to pick and choose your battles here. I'm still going to get my Monster Force ones, and I'm still going to get those Valorverse ones. But the thing about it is how many to get in each one. I'm not going to do just massive drove. I'll probably do 5 Valorverse and do my 5 Monster Force, which combined will be 10 figures all, together or whatnot, or 15 figures, how many I decide to get. But they do remind me of that, John. And it is, I think, the combat. I mean, you got to stay on top of your game because I think Valorverse's strongest point is for the generic army build. I've said this before, and it is true that is their strongest point more than their characters that they try to make individual. I think their strongest point is making army builders, and here comes Monster Force, pretty much with those new ones that's coming out. That's the ones I kind of more gravitate to, because I got the Van Helsing and the Dracula guy and the Mummy guy. All that shit is cool. You know what I'm saying? Even the other little army builders was, but the more they kind of look like regular humans, like they got an invisible man, but he's like more like in some tactical gear to where he looks like your everyday soldier. And then they got some other kind of soldiers coming out that will serve purpose for army builders, almost could take the place of your Valorverse figures. So I definitely think they dropped that for that, but I think they needed some new flavors too. They got new troop bodies and they don't have any different troop colors, man. So it's a thing that goes hand in hand.
I feel you. I think competition's always good. I was like I said, anytime you get competition, buy them both. I was like, to review them both evenly. I was like, let them know, because then they'll start being like, oh, we gotta. Both of them might innovate in their own different ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So, but the good thing about it is we got a bunch of great army builders coming from a bunch of great companies, and that's the biggest thing. It's almost kind of like the vehicle situation. We got a bunch of great vehicles coming from a bunch of great different companies, man. And once you got that, you ain't got really shit to complain about. And then and these are the secondary companies. I'm forgetting about the actual the G.I. Joe army builders and stuff that's coming out. So it's a beautiful time, man. It's a beautiful definitely a beautiful time to be alive. Let me pull this screen down right quick with these. Let me stop screen. Get us back up here. But yeah, man, what a time to be alive to collect toys. Let me answer. Yeah. What John said, barbecue. No, barbecue is the firefighter. Like blowtorch is that flamethrower, and I think that's what my man was talking about, because they already showed a digital render of blowtorch, but I guess he was wondering if they're gonna make a retro version, man, because I was kind of getting it not necessarily just now, but kind of getting blowtorch and barbecue mixed up. Like, what's the purpose of them? I'm like, well, shit, one starts fires and one prevents fires. So barbecue is the resident firefighter, and blowtorch is actually a flamethrower on the G.I. Joe side. Let me read this.
I remember seeing barbecue. I think he has either a blue outfit or an orange outfit.
Yeah, he got both. They just dropped the blue outfit with him, but he's still up on Target now. He was a Target exclusive, I believe. And he had a nice red outfit. He's a good figure.
Okay.
He's a good figure. If you could ever catch that one on sale or something you were interested in on him, that's a good figure to pick up. Let me read this comment here. Those cringing shadow troops look lit as fuck. I wasn't feeling the Praetorians at all, so that's a welcome change, and agreed these are more for customizers. Yeah, Hellhammer, like the Praetorian, like it took me a little bit to warm up to him, but it's not something I'm crazy over. But I do think is actually a dope figure. And even the green Praetorian, when that first came out, I was just like, I'm good on that. But that black one came out, and I'm like, you know what? I think I want to mess with that one, man. And it's a good figure, man. Like I say, I think Valorverse is rolling in the right way. They definitely got my vote back again, to be quite honest with you, because it seemed like for a minute they were just really wasn't hitting on too much of shit for me. But as Wave 5 dropped, you know what I'm saying? Shit is tough. And then these new figures, like John said in this next comment, he's changed up the boot cut on him. I don't know why, but it doesn't bother me. Yeah. It's actually not at the boot cut. It's actually in the pants leg. The boot cut is like it's up in here and shit, like on some weird shit. Like this, it's not there. Not right here. It's like up in here and shit. Why? I don't fucking know. But But
they're just trying something new.
Yeah, nothing that bothers me like that, man. But man, look, I got to get up and go to church tomorrow and start my day. I got a busy week coming up, man. But Swifty, I don't know if things nothing crazy don't come up like during the week, man. I probably won't be doing nothing. We probably hit them again if you're available, maybe next Saturday or something like that.
Course.
You know what
Of
I'm saying?
course, you know me. Every Saturday I'm here. I got you, fam.
Because I don't know. I got a couple of interviews coming up, but we got some things in the cut anyway. We'll talk about off camera, man. But
Gotcha.
I appreciate everybody who came out and looked at us tonight, man, and caught the chat, man, and caught some good toy news. We just kind of kicking it in the cut. I hope all of you guys are covered during the week. I hope all you guys are safe. I'll be praying for everybody, man, as I always do, man, and just ask that you covered, man. You in the graces of God throughout the week, so you can make it back for another week for Straight Savage, man. You can make it back another week to take care of your families and do what you need to do. Swifty, you got any announcements, man, you want to make, man, before we get off here?
Just look out for those comic books. I was like, definitely check out the GI Joe comic books. I was like, I highly recommend them. I think all y'all figures GI Joe collectors will definitely love them. I'm catching up on it right now, and it's only once a month, so just check it out. It's not like you're gonna be behind a lot.
Yeah, man. I definitely got to catch up with those GI Joe comic books. Hopefully, in a couple of months here, after all this craziness ends, because I'm actually starting this week trying to get guys trained up for this new contract, man. So I'll just be busy, man. But I'm glad I could make it back here another week. I'm glad I'm alive. I'd rather be alive and busy than dead with a bunch of time.
Amen. Amen to that.
Amen to that. But with that being said, man, love you guys. Hope you guys take care during the week. God bless.
Go on, get out of here! Who needs ya?